Yep, no worries.
Anything that gets you, or are you happy to dive into it?
No, I'm ready to go, yeah, when you are, no worries.
Yeah, that one's set.
Well, when I was a kid, I just enjoyed playing football. My first thought was, I think when I was about 10 years old, when I was playing for Deeside primary schools, and we won the league, we won everything. And I never forget, on the awards night, John Toshak came and presented us with our awards. When I got top goal scorer, and John presented it to me. So it was just like things like that. I just love playing football, but as you get a bit older, I think that the game which really annoyed me would most probably be the Wales-Scotland at Anfield. Why was the game played at Anfield? We're Welsh, and to lose to, I think, I'm not sure it was Kenny Dalglish and Joe Jordan and ball, and they got a penalty. I always remember John Toshak hitting the crossbar in that game as well. So that's my vague memories of when I was a kid of watching Wales.
So that 80s team growing up, when I was in school in Bury, you were either a United fan or a Liverpool fan. And me and a lot of my mates were Liverpool fans. The 80s football was shorts were proper, short shorts, proper shirt sponsors, great haircuts, and in Rush's case, brilliant moustache. I grew up with a lot of moustache. Dad had a moustache, good moustache. Tom Selleck, of course, Burt Reynolds, and then Rushy came along. 6 foot, black hair, slim, scoring goals all over the place, and a moustache. I was in heaven, to be honest with you.
Well, the first time I saw Rushy play was I'd gone up to Liverpool with a football team I played for in Swansea, and I can remember standing behind the goals. The game just seemed so fast, and I remember, watching this skinny, dark-headed man just being so sharp, just being so quick. Of course, number 9 on his back, and it was the great Ian Rush.
When I started watching Ian Rush, I could see something different. He puts the ball in the back of the net, whichever way, left foot, right foot, if it's a tap-in, if it's a header, if it's a scrappy goal, or whether it's a great through run and finish. I think that's what I loved about Ian Rush.
A mae'n rhoi lot o cred i'r tîm hefyd. Tîm yn ymwybodol, os maen nhw ddim yn ffordd dda, mae gyda ni Rushy fan hyn, so just mynd i ffeindio peli fe, a neu ffeindio ffeindio rwydd.
Basically, this is how it went, right? We went to the game, defended like mad. Barry Owen or Sparky smashed their best player, and then Rushy scored a goal. For Rushy to score a lot of goals, we struggled at times to have that out-and-out playmaking. I think anybody who watches Wales over the years has seen we never had that midfield player who could ping the ball around. If we had, he would have scored a lot more goals as well, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think what we had hard working, so you can go, Barry Orn, Terry Yorath, all these people, Dave Phillips, they worked so hard for the team.
Cynnydd y teimlad bryd hynny oedd efo'r chwaraewyr oedd yn chwarae dros Lerpwl. Y tîm o'n nhw 10 falle yn y cyfnod yna cyn iddo fo fynd i Juventus a dod nôl. Lerpwl oedd y tîm gorau yn Ewrop. A wedyn pen oedd o'n dod at Gymru, falle oedd y chwaraewyr o'i gwmpas o ddim gystal. Oedd Mark Hughes, oedd yn y cefn Neville Southall, Kevin Ratcliffe, oedd Ryan Giggs yn gychwyn allan i'r yrfa, Dean Saunders. A fod y chwaraewyr eraill yn chwaraewyr oedd yn yr adran gyntaf be bydd yn yr uwch gyngrair heddiw, falle yr un chwaraewr creadigol yna yng nghanol y cae ddim yna i greu'r cyfleon i Rush.
Well, Neb was telling me, Neb and Rats, Kevin Ratcliffe, when Kevin Sheedy, he's apparently Welsh, but and he went to play for Republic of Ireland. If we had someone like that, I'm sure, yourself, Sparky and Dino, I'm sure we would have scored more goals because we'd be playing off our front foot, not off our back foot.
Well, at Liverpool, he had the tools that he knew who to make a run off. They were all clever, and we would have dragging players from everywhere. That's no disrespect to the players, and midfield players. We probably didn't have the Hadji or the Gaza or the Souness, the range of passes. So I think that's one of the reasons why he didn't score enough early on.
As a striker myself now, when you don't score for a few games, especially the first few games, you want to start off well and you want to score goals, but you kind of calm at the same time because you know what you can do. you know it's coming. It's a different speed to club football. You know, sometimes people score early, sometimes they take a few games.
No, I never doubted my ability. I think if you go back to Liverpool, I think it was seven games. It was the 8th game I scored for Liverpool for my first goal. But I think the difference then at Liverpool, we were sort of winning and or drawing. So I didn't really worry me. But when you go 7 games for Wales without scoring and you're not winning, and that's when you start thinking. But I always believed in my own ability inside me. So once you get that first goal, you're off and running. You know, and I was really happy when I got my first goal for Wales.
See, but that is a rarity, isn't it? Because he scored with a header. It's brains, isn't it? It's 2 sets of brains working in tandem.
Fi'n rili hoffi'r gol yma yn erbyn Gogledd Iwerddon 82, achos mae hwnna'n sgil really anodd. Does dim lot o cyflymder ar y bêl, mae'r bêl actually mynd I ffwrdd fe, so mae angen I fe cynhyrchu pŵer ar y peniad a cael ei ffwrdd o'r gol geidwad hefyd. Mae hwnna'n sgil really anodd pan ti'n gwynebu bron I ffwrdd o'r gol hefyd.
Classic Rushy. Got up in the air nice and high, turned it in. He's chuffed. Look at the shorts. Have a word. If you're listening, I got to be fair, the way the Welsh kit these days, they're a great kit. But that was what a pair of shorts. What a finish, man.
For me, again, it was against one of the top keepers in the world, Pat Jennings. You know, I remember watching him as a kid. You know, and to score, and he was unbelievable for Northern Ireland in the World Cup. So to score against Pat Jennings with a header at Wrexham, you know, it was. I was relieved, yes, but that meant I was off and running.
See, that's more of a rushy goal, a real scrappy one. Luckily, it bounces, but he's so alive in the air.
The job is to unease a goalkeeper. You know, I managed to unease him, and on the line, I knocked it in.
Ti'n gallu gweld symudiad fe I ffwrdd yn y gol yma yn erbyn Norway, I ffwrdd o'n wedyn at y pêl eto, a just yn meddwl, yn positif iawn, yn meddwl falle bod y gol geidwad yn mynd I gollwng y bêl, a mae fyna'n rhoi pwysau ymlaen, just bod yn nuisance, ac oedd ei wastad fel hwnna I llinell amddiffynol gol geidwad, byth yn rhoi eiliadau, iddyn nhw wastad yn rhoi nhw am wasgedd.
Gol fan hyn yn Yugoslavia sydd yn be fysa rhywun yn dweud yn typical Ian Rush. Y bêl yn cael ei basio nôl gan yr amddiffynwr, ond mae Rush yn ymwyd a jyst cyffyrddiad bach. O gynno fo gyflymdra, oedd gyflym iawn, oedd o'n gynt, oedd o'n gallu darllen gêm, oedd o'n gallu rhagweld be oedd o'n mynd I ddigwydd. Oedd o'n manteisio ar unrhyw gamgymeriad gan amddiffynwyr.
Look at the pitch, it's like playing on a cow field, but it doesn't matter if you can finish like that.
Again, it's another poacher's goal. You know, the pitch wasn't the best at the time then, but I managed to get in front of the defender and just knock one in.
How do you have a touch like that? On that pitch, that ball should just stick in the mud.
Romania, I think I was at Wrexham. Yeah, you're looking at there, the ball's come in.
You've got to take, mae'r bêl actually yn poacher draws, so eto mae'n sgil falle noddach na mae'n edrych. Pobl yn meddwl, pobl falle sy'n gwylio'r gol yn meddwl bod hwnna'n un hawdd, ond mae'n poacher just cyn, so mae'n rhaid fe actually cadw benau dros y bêl.
Just yn gwybod lle oedd y bêl yn mynd I fynd. Falle fod hynny'n rhywbeth oedd wedi dysgu gan chwaraewyr fel Kenny Dalglish yn Lerpwl yn gwybod oedd y bas yn mynd I fod yna, rhagweld be oedd yn mynd I ddigwydd, ac oedd yn y lle iawn ar yr adeg iawn.
That's what makes him dangerous, because you struggle to mark him, because he's that clever, and he's got that instinct where I think sometimes he runs when he doesn't know why he's running.
No, we weren't expecting to win. I think the game is most probably remembered for that incredible goals Mark Hughes scored. You know, that volley he scored, and I scored one in between the first goal and the third goal. And
most people can remember it for that Mark Hughes sort of scissor kick, if you like. Rushy must be devastated that nobody ever talks about his 2 goals.
The 2 goals I scored for Spain then most probably typified what I was good at. I was good at sniffing out chances. You know, I'd done a lot for Liverpool. If you made a mistake, I would pounce on it and I'd score. And Spain done that, you know, and they made mistakes. I pounced on it, and it was incredible to beat Spain 3-0. Every time we played at Wrexham in the early years, we felt we were never going to lose. At Wrexham, it was that home feeling where I think it was only maybe 19,000 there, but it was a sellout, you know, and then the crowd got behind the players there. That's why we loved playing at Wrexham. bring back some nice memories. Yeah, great ball by Kevin Ratcliffe. And here's you look at the keeper made a mistake. They got mixed up, and you just tap it in. And I think that gave us the confidence to go on. Again, Mickey Thomas there. That's what I like about watch all the players come over when you score. They're excited as well. It's amazing.
See, in all fairness, he's just going on the off chance that he's going to get a chance. And most people wouldn't bother. That's what he is. He's stubborn bugger as well. I know it was a cultured ball from Rats, boot as far as you can. Someone miscontrols it, puts it between the keeper, and then he's just lively, isn't he? He's an example to all the young kids, really. Is that looks like nothing's going to happen. Scruffy goal. He scored loads of scruffy goals, but he always managed to score them.
I have to say, he's in there. All young strikers, you've got to be in the box to score goals in that 6 box. But Rush is in there, and he gets a simple tap in. I think he puts Wales 1-0 up there.
A nath e sgorio cwbl o golio fel hwnna, golio hawdd, ond bys y llwyth o chwaraewyr falle ddim hyd yn oed yn dilyn mewn fan'na, jyst yn meddwl am ar bêl di mynd, ond na mae fe wastad yn synhwyro bod yna cyfle mynd i dod, a gwall wedyn rhwng yr amddiffyn o'r golgeidwad, a mae fe yn y lle gywir un o'r goliau agosach fydd yn sgorio, ond gwaith galed fe i cael ei hun yn y sefyllfa yna.
Spain again, you look at that, tap it in there. I think that look at all the goals, they're all like 1v1s as well, so you have to do that, but I think we were on a bit of a high there, to beat Spain 3-0, it was amazing. For me, it's absolutely amazing.
Well, no, we've been spoiled. Like, my boy's nearly 13, so he remembers the Belgium game, he remembers the last Euros. He's now going to watch Wales in the World Cup. He thinks that's what we do. He thinks, and hopefully going forward, that's what we will do. We waited a long time for that, didn't we? He just thinks it's a normal thing. But in those days, in the 80s, you never would have thought Wales against Spain, we're going to beat Spain 3-0. Russia's going to get 2 goals in a 3-0 win against Spain. It just didn't happen.
Wel, dwi'n cofio'r grŵp yma achos oedd o'n i wedi dechrau'n wael. Ond dyma Rush ar ei ore, dwi'n meddwl efo'r ail gol o sgorio, y drydedd. Bas ymlaen, Rush yna. Be sy'n ddiddorol gweld fan hyn, da ni'n gweld heddiw y ceia pêl-droed, a nhw'n wych. Bryd hynny, mae yna fod, di'r bêl i'm yn bwnsio ond oedd Rush dal yn gallu cadw i ben a rheoli, a jyst oedd o'n gwybod lle oedd y gol.
Typical Ian Rush goal, really sharp finish, pokes it under the Spain goalkeeper to put Wales 3-0 up. And what was a brilliant night at the racecourse.
Wales 3, Spain 0. Yes, please.
So this was a friendly game, and a lot of them are in the 6-yard box as well. That's when you look a lot in the 6-yard box. And I think that was Jack Charlton's first game as manager. I think Nev broke his ankle in that game as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think Finland were physically, they were giving it to me and all that.
He just loves getting in front of people. He's got the desire to get in front of people and read to the people. That's always so good.
You've got to be in the 6-yard box at the right time. When the cross is coming in, be in the 6-yard box.
Cael ei lot o chwaraewyr dyddiau yma, falle bach yn eog o mwyn sgorio'r goliau berffaith. Mae'r record fe yn siarad am ei hun.
Czechoslovakia. This is one of my favourite finishes. Goalkeeper comes out and he just times it, lifts it over the goalkeeper. Brilliant.
I'll never forget this game as well, to score against Italy, because I was playing in Juventus at the time, and I was the only Juventus player on the pitch.
When he played at Liverpool, I think he learned an awful lot. Playing with great players like Dalglish and people like that. And I was surprised really when he went to Italy, because at times he struggled to speak English, the man Italian. So
fe'n disgwyl i Rush gallu troi a'r gyrdio mewn symudiad mewn chwym. Os i fi joi hwnna, rhywbeth eto o'n i'n ceisio efelychu, jyst gyda cyffreddiadau ymarfer pethau fel hwnna adref.
See, that's another typical Poach's goal, just a ball in the box, big scramble and he's there. And he's one of them bony gits who just managed to stick his toe on the ball, but it goes off his knee or his nose or his face. Whenever it hits him on the body, it goes in. That's taking 75 ricochets. There's none of his goals that you've seen him smash one in from 35 yards, is there? That's not what he's good at.
This is obviously the one against Germany was something really special where Paul Bowden plays a long ball. And I was managed to outpace, I think it was Bergwald, was the centre-back. And what I'd done then, I managed to get him, so I thought, I got in front of him, so if you're going to foul me, it's going to be a penalty. So that was my first time. When the ball bounced up, instead of going there, the ball bounced up. And I managed to get in and put it in.
That was a massive win. That's what I mean. So we would turn over the big sides. We could beat Germany, we could beat Spain. Look at this ball. He's gone. One touch, bang.
I mean, what a beautiful moment for the fans, for the team. You beat Germany 1-0, 1991. Amazing. But it just shows the class and the quality and the finishing power of Ian Rush.
Do you know, when I sit in and watch this, I'm thinking, fantastic, and I go, yeah, not really, is it? Because he scored past me. He's world class on it and he's world class off the field. But really annoying as well.
Looking back, I didn't know I scored 8 goals, but if you look at that campaign, it's quite a lot. It's very, very disappointing that we didn't qualify.
It's tragic, really, isn't it? You look at so many great players that have not. You look at Rush, Southall, Ratcliffe, Hughes, Giggs.
I did think about retiring from international football because I was so depressed and everything. I thought we were going to go to the USA. We didn't get there, and for about 3 or 4 weeks after, looking back now, I wasn't playing really well for Liverpool either, because that was in my mind, the disappointment of not qualifying for the World Cup.
Ultimately, in my opinion, they had an opportunity. They didn't get it done. We had an opportunity in 2004, I think it was. We played Russia. We drew in Moscow. We didn't get it done.
Dwi'n siŵr pe bai Cymru, fel da ni wedi gwneud rwan, ar ni gyrraedd yr Euros yn 2016, blwyddyn diwetha, unwaith ni yna ni'n neud yn dda, jyst mae o mor anodd cyrraedd yna. A dwi'n credu pe bai'r tîm yna yng nghyfnod Rush, Mark Hughes, Saunders, Ratcliffe, Southall wedi cyrraedd rowndiau terfynol, bydden ni gwneud yn dda yn y gystadleuaeth. A mae ymdriennu bod rhywun fel Ian oedd wedi cyflawni gymaint ar lefel y clwb, yn wedi yn chwarae Lerpwl, bod o ddim wedi cael y cyfle I gyflawni hynny gyda Chymru hefyd.
It was a major disappointment. I was at the end of my career, do I carry on playing or do I retire? And I decided in the end, I thought, no, I want to carry on one more time for Wales, but until they tell me I'm not wanted, because I felt I'd love to offer to the younger ones as well. I wanted to pass my experience on to the younger ones. That's why I decided to carry on for another couple of years.
It would have meant everything to him. At the time, I would imagine it was just another record because he did it fairly early, I think, in his Welsh career, so he was scoring goals for fun.
It was a dream for me to play for Wales as a kid. To be the top goal scorer for so long was amazing. I thought, I never thought I'd do it because we only played in them games. We only most probably played, 3-4 games a year. So we weren't I wasn't expecting to beat it, but when I did beat it, it was a proud moment for myself and my family to be record goal scorer for Wales. And also for Liverpool, it's something amazing. And, a certain young man beat it in the end, which I'm really proud of, because if anyone's going to beat it, why not a certain Gareth Bale? The Faroe Islands, this was my first and only hat-trick for Wales. I only scored 1 hat-trick for Wales. It was against the Faroe Islands, and it was these of them, it's bringing back memories. So remembering this, I missed a penalty in this game. On 2 goals, I said, Dino, can let me take the penalty? I'm not scored hat-trick for Wales. He said, yeah, no problem. And I missed. I won't be taking any penalties in future, not even for Liverpool. But I managed to get a hat-trick against the Faroe Islands. That was my first and only hat-trick for Wales.
Belgium, big Nev. Liverpool fan, Neville kicks the ball up on a goal kick.
It's just building up, plays building up. Ball comes in, Rush with the header on the 6-yard box. Again, just gets himself in between 2 defenders. This is to put Wales 2-0 up against a really strong Belgium team.
Belgian defenders having a strop, man, lucky.
This time it looks like it's the Faroe Islands away, again in 1993.
Mae hwnna'n gols a Faroe Islands I ffwrdd fanna. Just eto, sgil mor anodd mae fe'n neud. Mae'n neud i'r sgil yna edrych yn rili hawdd fel mae'r pêl yn dod draw. Mae rhaid i'r garfed dod ar draws corffe, cyd bwyso I hun I dal y bêl ar y adeg gywir, ond I cadw e lawr wedyn ar y fori yn rili anodd. Mae fe'n gallu gweld ffordd mae'n pwyso dros y bêl, ond y ffordd mae'n dilyn trwyddo. Ond byse 90% o chreuwyr methu neud yna, methu cadw e lawr.
Oh, it looks so cool, Rushy, to me. Look like being Franco's Hollywood.
This is to put Wales 2-1 up in the game. The ball comes in, it's Ryan Giggs with the knockdown with his head. Rushy takes a slight touch behind him. Brilliant finish.
Here we go. Cyprus, 93. Oh, why not? Lovely. Getting right in the Cyprus defenders' faces as well. Good lad. Bit of afters. Great stuff. The master.
It's everything. You know, you play for Wales for nothing. You know, to represent your country at any level is an achievement in itself. But to represent Wales at senior level, you know, in World Cups and all that, it was something I'll never forget.
Wherever you go in the world, somebody knows who he is. With that, it comes Wales, doesn't it? Where you're from, Wales. So he carries Wales on his shoulders.
Legacy Rush, bys ni'n gweud o ran sut, o ran sgorio. Yn amlwg, mae sgorio gymaint o goliau gwahanol hefyd, ar y adegau really bwysig. Mae hwnna wedi helpu, yn amlwg oedd Cymru mor agos yn 94, ond falle just dod ar hyder a'r cred yna bod ni yn gallu cyrraedd yr uchelfannau yna eto.
Big moments requires big players, top level players, and he was definitely one of the very best that we've ever seen for Wales.
Oedd o bob tro prynau oedd hi ar y cae neu ar y cae yn barod efo'i amser. A dwi'n credu wneud pobl, dwi'n gwybod fod i record wedi cael ei dorri. Dwi'n credu wneud pobl edrych yn ôl arno fo fel un o'r chwaraewyr yn sicr sgorwyr gorau mae Cymru erioed wedi cael. A wrth gwrs mae dal yn gwneud gwaith, mae dal yn amlwg fod o'n falch iawn o'i Gymreigtod ac yn falch iawn o lwyddiant y tîm presennol.
You're a young lad watching Ian Rush play against scoring, hat-tricks or scoring 2 against Spain or scoring against Germany. You think, if I work hard, I'll get my head down. Why can't I do that? Why shouldn't I be able to do that?
He's iconic. He's an iconic figure. And that's how I see his legacy now. Rushy was a class of his own.
I keep looking back at certain games for Wales, and I feel proud. So I just say to them, I always give 100%. I was a team player. But at the end of the day, you're a striker, you're there to score goals, and I like them to be remembered as a match-winning person. I played for Wales for nothing because it should be proud to play for your country, and that's what I felt myself. It doesn't matter. I'm going to play for Wales and give it my best shot and see what we can do.